and welcome back to my channel. Today the lighting is not doing me any favours. It's dark, it's gloomy and it's rainy, but we'll just have to deal with your rain. I'm looking out the window right now thinking just stay bright, you know, for this video. I've got my cup of tea, I'm ready, and we're just gonna have to deal with this weather. It's going bright, it's going dark, the clouds are covering, it's raining, and it's just Scottish weather. It is not very nice. Today's video is going to be about 5 things that I kind of wish I knew before I moved out. So I moved out at the beginning of this year, and I look back and think, Harriet, when you lived at your mum and dad's, you should have saved more. So there's just a few facts that I'm going to go into that hopefully, maybe if you're still living at home and you're wanting to move out, that you can start doing some of these facts now, or if you've just moved out, you can start doing them in your new home. So here goes. I've wrote them all down, so I'm just going to sort of ramble and talk about them to you guys. So here goes. My first #1 fact that you should do if you're still living at home is save, and let me just say it one more time, save. Because if you're living at home, whatever your parents are charging you, maybe for rent or, you know, to stay at their house, it's probably not going to be as much as a rent when you move out. When I look back, living at home, basically I wasn't saving near enough as much as I probably should have been saving. But my advice is, if you can only save £50 a month while living at home, save that £50 a month, because I'm telling you, it adds up. You know, if you think about that, £50 a month, 4 months, that's £200. You know what I mean? It does add up, and any bit of money you've got behind you when you move out it's sort of like a safety net, isn't it? That if anything goes wrong, you can pay the bills with that safety net of money. So that's my first advice, is just to save as much as you can while you're living under your mum and dad's roof, or whoever's roof you're living under, and they're not charging you a huge amount to live there. So that's my first tip. Second tip is start a bottom drawer. You're probably thinking, what do you mean start a bottom drawer? This is one thing I definitely didn't do, and I didn't realise how much things cost when you move out. So when you move out, obviously, you've got to buy your electrical items. Maybe you're moving into a house that's already got the electrical items in it, but we really started from scratch, me and Lou. You have to get electrical items, you've got to get cutlery, you've got to get pan sets. A pan set's really expensive. They can go up to £100, pan sets are very, very expensive. So my advice would be to have a bottom drawer. Bottom drawer, a cupboard, a box, anything in your room. Start buying stuff now. Cutlery sets, pan sets. If you see something on a local selling site and you know you're going within that month, buy it. You know, just start preparing for making your new flat or house a home. That would definitely be my advice, because when I came out, all I had was my clothes and my mug collection. And a mug collection's not going to get you very far, Harriet. So yeah, definitely start a bottom drawer, start saving things for when you start your new home. It could even be a cushion collection for your new sofa. You know, just anything that you think that it will make your home more homely when you move out, and you probably don't have as much money as you did while living at home. So that's my second tip. My third tip is to buy a notebook, or probably nowadays you can get an app on your phone, but I find it much easier to have a notebook. This notebook is my life, I'm not joking. I write everything down. So when I get paid, we get paid every 4 weeks, so it's not like the end of the month, it can fall whatever date of the month. And on that day, I write on the top of a piece of paper my income for that month. And then what I do is I write down rent, electric, everything down after it, and I just write down all my bills that need to go out. So it could be internet, just all your bills, and then after that I'll have a total that I can spend on me. If I'm going on a holiday, I can separate bits that I'm putting aside that month, and then after all these separate sections, you can see that you have your own part of money that you can either save or spend on yourself and treat yourself. You know, I love treating myself. But then you can see what you've got left, and it doesn't make you overspend. So that is a really important advice, I'd say. And you can still do that if you're living at home, because you could do it, you know, living at your parents' house and practice for moving out. So at the top, you just put your income for that month, what you're paying whoever you're living with at the moment, your parents, I don't know, auntie, uncle, granny and granddad, whoever you're living with, and that bit of money you pay them, put that at the top. And it might not be that much, but just pop it there, and then you can see what you've got after and save a lot of money. Just keep saving before you finally move out and have bigger chunks of bills to pay. So that's a really important one. Number 4, food shopping. You're probably thinking, food shopping? I made a lot of mistakes with this when I first moved out. Food shopping, I thought, oh, I just didn't even think about how expensive food shopping is and how important it is to actually write a list of a food shop, because when you go into a food shop for the first time, not with like parents or whoever you were living with, it is actually quite daunting, because you're like, oh, I've got to think now for myself, what are we going to have for dinner every single night? And you can end up just chucking a whole load of stuff in, and really it just goes to waste. Now, you can't afford to waste money when you first moved out. Well, I definitely couldn't. So you've got to write a list and think what you want for that week. Maybe not, it doesn't have to be a weekly shop, it could be a midweek, so you could do a 3-4 day and then another 3-4 days. But don't go in and spend money unnecessarily, because that shopping bill will add up and you can end up walking out with a week's bill of nearly £100, which is definitely what I did at the beginning. I was going in and just thinking, oh, I can buy that, a fresh orange juice, this, and just an example. I was chucking stuff in that, am I going to drink fresh orange juice, Harriet? You work like every single day, and I'm not going to have a full cooked breakfast in the morning with my fresh orange juice. Do you know what I mean? I was getting stuff for a full cooked breakfast. I never even have a full cooked breakfast. Just an example, don't buy unnecessary things on your food shop. And also a top one, which I am so passionate about, and I think Lou literally loves me for it. I love the reduction bay. Don't walk past the reduction bay. Oh my goodness. Find your local shop, find out what time they reduce the meats at and all these different things. Mainly the meat. I don't really go for the fruit and veg bit, but mainly the meat. Our freezer is full of orange labels. I am not joking. We've probably got about 22, I counted it the other day, 22 frozen like chicken, pork, all this sort of stuff in our freezer, and it's all orange labelled. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just frozen. So definitely find out what times maybe your local supermarkets do their reduction bays, and it's 100% worth checking it out, because you can get some amazing buys. Like, really, I get so thrilled by it. I'm like, oh, bargain, love a bargain. Yeah, so don't walk past your reduction bays, and make sure you check them out when you have got your list. Make sure there's something on it. But one thing I would say is don't go to the reduction bay and buy things you're never going to use. That's one thing. You know, make sure it is something you will eat, because I think you can freeze them for about 6 months in your freezer. So make sure you will actually eat what you're buying. That is tip number 4. My 5th tip is furniture shopping. So obviously when you move out, you're going to have to buy furniture, unless your flat is furnished or your house is furnished, but let's just say it's not. So when I moved in with Lou had been in the flat I think for about a year, but it was more like a bachelor's pad. I'm not gonna lie, he's not gonna hate me for saying that, but it was a bit like a bachelor's pad, and it just needed a bit of love and attention, and Lou knows that because he embraced it when I moved in. So we got new furniture. We got our sofa from DFS, and that was on a finance plan. Now, it was the best option at the time, and we only have to pay it off for about 3 years. So the sofa was from DFS, but apart from that, that was our big buy when we moved into the flat, because it is an open plan living dining area kitchen, so it had to be, you know what I mean, it had to be the centerpiece basically when you walk into the house. But everything else we got from IKEA, local selling pages. We just got things on a real budget. We just searched, and I was searching online all the time at Good Buys, Home Bargains, B&M's. They are absolutely amazing for homeware and furniture as well. One of my friends got some furniture from B&M's, I think it was B&M's or Home Bargains, and she said it was absolutely amazing quality. We've got a couple of bits from, I think, Home Bargains, and that was absolutely amazing quality too. For the price, you can't go wrong. We got some things from Argos as well. Argos is really good. We got some lamps from there, and they were really good value for money. So definitely search around, find the shops that you might not actually usually think to go in to buy a piece of furniture, which probably would be Home Bargains or B&M's, because you sort of just think as that as like homeware, not actual furniture, if you know what I mean. But no, definitely check them out. And also eBay. Now, I can't use eBay for furniture, but I know a lot of people that live in a city do, and you can search it within your miles from where you live and then go pick it up, and you could upcycle it, you never know. But we can't use eBay because we live in the middle of nowhere, and I don't think anyone where we live uses eBay to pick up furniture. We have a local selling site because you like know everyone on the island. It's my 5th tip. Oh, and I've got an extra little tip. So that was my 5 tips, my main 5 tips for moving out. My 6th tip, which is a little extra bonus, is about fashion. Okay, if you're not interested, you don't have to watch this bit, but fashion is my love. I absolutely love it. So my advice for people who have moved out, money's a bit tight and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I could buy all the clothes in the world when I lived at home and now I am on a tight budget. I tell my friends about this and what I'm about to say, and they sort of, I don't think people get this whole world of it, but eBay, oh my goodness, people look at me sometimes and think, where did she get that from? That is really nice. I'm just like, it's only eBay, but it's River Island, Topshop, Miss Selfridge, but you just get it on eBay for half the price and someone might have worn it once. Like, that doesn't faze me. You can find something that you like on eBay at half the price of what it would be in the shop, and that will definitely make you feel a bit better if you're on a tight budget and you can't afford to buy something like the full price. That is like my love. You can get shoes on eBay as well. If you want a pair of new shoes, get on eBay, have a look. I absolutely love it, and I'd recommend it to anyone because I think it's fantastic. You've just got to know when to look, and night time's the best time when auction ends at night time. Anyway, I'm rambling on here, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. We hit 250 subscribers the other day, which is absolutely amazing. And if you'd like to see more videos, vlogs and hauls and more videos like this, because I really enjoy filming things like this, then definitely please hit the subscribe button. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye guys!